Hey, what's up? So, I want to talk about the VFC MP5 Gen 2 air nozzles because have some issues. Uh, so, let's talk about those issues. Um, Here's the VFC OEM air nozzle, right? Uh, I believe it's a nylon, uh, fiberglass infused nylon. Uh, I say that because you can see it looks like there's some fiberglass or something infused in this, but the issue with this guy is that this piece right here breaks after uh, a good amount of use. Mine hasn't broken obviously, but I've seen many reports of these guys breaking, and part of the reason is because so here is two mags. One I have secured the lip, the other one I have not. These lips are steel, so let's look at the one that isn't secure. So you can see right here, this guy moves. It can wobble back and forth, right? This one I fixed. So you can see that one. I can feel it. You probably can't see it though, but there's barely any movement, right? So the movement's not so bad, but when the air nozzle is actually traveling through this guy, you don't want those lips to move because one, this air nozzle isn't completely tight inside of the boat carrier, and the boat carrier is not tight inside of the upper of the MP5. So what happens is you can get some side to side play, like that, right? And what that does, it damages. Not sure if you can see it, but you get damage right in that area, right where the nozzle kind of extends past the body of the, right where the loader extends past the body of the nozzle, and you can see it more so on this side, right? You can also see it on my aluminum nozzles. I don't think the black one has it because I haven't used this one too much. Doesn't really have it. But also I use this one more so after I fixed those mags, so that probably could be the reason as well. But what happens is as it's going forward and it receives damage here and on the other side, plus the way the bolt stop feature works, it 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 makes this thing so weak that it breaks off. And if you don't know, the way the bolt stop feature works on these MP5s is when you run out of magazines, the follower is designed to sit high up on the feed lip like that. So when the air nozzle actually comes forward, it smashes into the follower, specifically this little cutout section right here. You can see there's some wear right there. So it just hits. The magazine lips are digging into these sides right here. Eventually this thing breaks off and your follower doesn't work. Your loader doesn't work anymore. So that's the issue with the stock air nozzles. So one solution would be to keep buying these, right? Just this section is about $9 to $11. If you want to get the whole assembly, including the spring, I think it's like $23. That can get expensive. This thing is gonna break, right? So let's just assume you buy two more, you break those. By the time you bought your third one, you could have just bought a single one of these, right? These are about $60 a piece. So, but these also have issues, right? So first, let's talk about the pros. This is a Bowmaster CNC aluminum air nozzle, right? One of the pros is this thing gives the MP5 way more kick than this guy. You know, um, I think partly the reason for that is because the window on the Bowmaster is a little bit bigger. Not sure if you can tell. It's slightly larger than this one. Also, the inner diameter of the Bowmaster is bigger than the original. Um, I think that's the reason. It gives it more kick. Also, obviously, this is CNC'd aluminum. It's going to be a lot more uh, resistant to damage compared to this one. Um, and this one actually gets better air seal. Both of these have better air seal than the stock one, but specifically the black one has better air seal than the purple one. So those are the three pros that I can see with upgrading. But let's talk about the cons. And part of this thing's biggest strength is its greatest weakness because of these guys. So the pins that come with the original air nozzle are steel. For whatever reason, Bowmaster decided to provide these aluminum pins, and they thread in on one end, and the other side is just a pin. The problem is that there's the air nozzle provides so much kick that you can see it bends the pins. This is out of the purple one. This one has the most use, maybe 5,000 rounds. I took it apart. The gun was shooting funny. Saw the pin was bent. So then I decided to try the black one. Uh, this one probably has around 10, 20 rounds, maybe. So I shot not even a full mag. Took it out to inspect it. Sure enough, it was bending. Uh, so yeah, that's con number one. These pins are not strong enough to withstand um, the force those nozzles provide. I was using propane, so maybe I don't know. Maybe duster gas will work better, and it won't have enough force to or pressure to bend the pins. I don't know, but yeah. So uh, the pins will destroy themselves, or the nozzle will destroy the pins if you use propane. Let's talk about the second con. You're gonna break your rocket valves. The black one, you're not. The black one comes with this rocket valve, right? The purple one comes with an in pass, which this thing is like extremely hard to find uh, now. But it won't break the rocket valves that come with it, but it will break aftermarket rocket valves. This, or not aftermarket, but any other ones that don't come with it. This is a Bowmaster high flow. I believe the purple one is high flow. You can see it snapped it right at the window right there. Snapped it clean off. Right. This one is I don't think this is Bowmaster. I think this is Revanche or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyway, yeah, it snapped the lip right off the top right there. Okay. I can tell you for a fact the purple one broke because I can show you really quick. The purple one broke because the legs are not as thick. You can see how the red one broke at the top, but it didn't break at the window section because the legs on it are a little thicker, right? Uh, and then of course the red one broke because it had an O-ring right there to give it a better seal, and I guess that this little section was too thin. It folded around the O-ring, bam, snapped off. Uh, However, this one has no O-ring, and the legs are a lot thicker than this guy. I'm gonna try to stack them all up side by side. So you can see the silver one that comes with the black one should last, shouldn't break. It is aluminum though, so time will tell. And then of course this is steel, uh, and it's solid on one half, so this thing's not gonna break. So if you do get these aluminum Bowmaster nozzles, only use this one or that one. Okay. Uh, Now, the third issue with these guys, which can and can't be an issue, depends. Um, if you use these followers, you can see in my magazines, I swap back to the plastic ones, and I cut them down, remove the bolt stop feature. Uh, I wouldn't suggest doing that unless you're comfortable with knowing when you need to change mags. But anyway, if you use this follower with any one of these, what'll happen is, and you can see I've already ran into that issue. I have to sand the bottom, file the bottom of these guys down, and I also rounded the bottom edges right here. The reason for that is because as this nozzle slams into the back of this aluminum follower, you'll get a very sharp lip right there. It'll come down. You get a sharp point, and what that does, it destroys your seal, the seal on your gaskets. So if you can see, all 5 of my magazine gaskets are damaged right at the front of the window, right? And that's because as the follower comes forward, it remember the mags sit kind of like at an angle like that, and as this guy comes forward, it scoops and it's sliding past. And when this guy develops a little lip, it's digging into your gasket and it's gonna wear away at your gasket right there. Decrease your gas efficiency, so you're gonna get lower FPS. Blah 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 blah. You guys know all that. So, yeah, that's not really an issue though if you just use the plastic follower. So that one is kind of, has an asterisk next to it, because if you use a plastic one, you won't develop that lip, you won't destroy your gaskets. But if you use this follower with an aluminum air nozzle, you will have that happen. You will destroy your gasket. You will need new gaskets. And I don't know why, for whatever reason, a lot of GBB stuff is getting harder and harder to get online overseas. Like those gaskets, a lot of websites are just sold out. I found a website that had all 5. I bought them all, and they're sold out. So yeah, this stuff is getting harder to get for some reason. It's not coming back in stock. So even more reason not to, get into a situation where you damage your thing unexpectedly and then you need to buy something else. So this video is just a warning for you guys out there who are looking at purchasing these, just things to be aware of. Don't buy this. Actually, I don't know why you would. I bought it because I thought it was cool, but now that I see the issues with it, there's really no reason to buy this, because even if you keep the stock air nozzle, this thing's plastic. It's gonna just keep hitting that too, probably break quicker because it's hitting a harder material. So yeah, that was just an update on that. I might make a video to show how to center the bolt better in the upper receiver and center the nozzle inside of the bolt to prevent the nozzle from moving side to side and hitting itself, damaging itself on those lips. It seems to work because after I made that mod, you can see I don't have damage, not really on the side of this one. There I have a little bit, but then on the purple one I have a lot on both sides, and of course I have damage on this one as well. So it seems to work, so I might make a video on that.